Peace, y'all. This is Coach Nick right here. Three levels of game. This video, the motivation, the foundation, and the dedication is to the elder, Mr. Stevens, for giving me a jewel back in the day when he said that a good business deal is good on both sides. And that's the framework that we working with for this video right here. So, as a digital marketing firm, the ideal situation for us is for people to pay us money to market for them every month, right? So we got to look at it from both sides. So from one perspective, which is our perspective, the business owner, we rooting our knowledge in the videos and the teachers that we've had, right? Both in life and then, some of the online classes that we have taken, some free, some not free at all, right? But we taking that information, right? So most sources, I've never heard anything less than $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? And that might even be just for social media marketing, right? So to do what we're talking about and do it for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, it's a lot of stuff that you're dealing with. It's pretty much everything, you know what I'm saying? So they say, you got to do $1,000. For $1,000 a month, you can do this much. You know what I'm saying? And you decide how much you're going to do, but don't do anything for less than 1,000. In life, you know what I'm saying, the business owners that did marketing and they had a firm, they said don't do anything less than 2,500. So that's from the business owner perspective. You know what I mean? All this work that you're going to be doing that we outlined in that video, content creation and content ideas. You know what I mean? And y'all should check that video out if you haven't checked it out already. But what we talk about in that video is all the work that goes into the content creation research. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 days and every day after that, as long as they paying, right? So this is the work that we're doing. So that's from the business owner's perspective. For doing all that work, you at least need this much. Now, from their perspective, your potential client, they might be thinking $1,000, damn, you know what I'm saying? And that's the most affordable program that you got. Man, that shit costs $1,000. Excuse me, that costs $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not making any money with your business or you're struggling to get clients, $1,000 is a big ask, right? Even if you're successful and you're making $2,000 a month, or anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000, you know what I mean? In that range, $1,000 is a lot. So in order for them to wrap their head around paying 1,000, they need to know that their return on investment is at least more than 1,000. And from our perspective, we at least want to double your money. So if you're giving us 1,000, we at least want to give you 2,000 back. And of course, we can't promise that, you know what I'm saying? But we don't even want to focus on leads. But what we're saying is we'll set up a market where your marketing platform, your marketing strategy on all these different platforms, and the result of that should be doubling your money. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to have the type of relationship where you're making false promises. If somebody's your client, then that's a deep relationship. You know what I'm saying? So you owe them honesty. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to make them that promise because you can't. Especially when you still have to deal with other variables like what's their sales process? Do they have people that are going to close when they're getting these leads? Are they going to respond to people quick enough? Are they going to answer people on the phone? Do they know how to take phone calls? Are they, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different variables that are outside of our control unless we do that as well for a little bit more money. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have a good process, you might want to invest in that so you ain't got to worry about that. And you can start closing on the leads that we're giving you. You see what I'm saying? But we're taking all of these things into consideration when we're doing this business deal, because you got to set the expectation. That's going to be critical in business. You know what I mean? You don't want to just make promises and then have to hang your hat on that. You need to communicate everything and let them know what time it is and let them move forward and make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Put it all out there and be honest and let them respond to your honesty. You know what I'm saying? And then you know that everything that you're working with from that point on is something that you can deal with. You know what I'm saying? So that's just coming from many, many mistakes that I made, right, throughout the years. So what we're doing here is we're trying to find that perfect relationship where they're able to wrap their head around what our number is, right? Because you don't want to sell yourself short based on their expectation, because they don't understand the value of what you're bringing. So that's a little bit of the free content, right? So not only do you give away a lot for free, but you have to give away a lot for free, because you got to get over that barrier to even start the process of converting people. You know what I'm saying? You have to get past that initial, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? That initial skepticism. You know what I'm saying? How do you, it's worth $1,000, you sure? What are you really going to be doing? You know, I don't know. He's young, he's black. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot, you know what I mean? They young. They black, you know what I mean? How many followers they got? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that could be working against you. You know what I'm saying? If your approach isn't right, you know what I mean? But to get over that hump, you have this content. And you putting out this content, you know what I'm saying? And that's why that's why y'all need to watch this video about the content creation. You see what I'm saying? Because we basing our stuff in the top performing in all these different industries. Uber suggests, Google search, YouTube search, Facebook pages search, IG search. That and a whole lot more. Whoever's the top performing, we studying them and we creating a marketing platform. So it's very, very, very detailed what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will wonder why we giving out this much information for free when all you got to do is take it and do it yourself. This is a lot of information. You finna go through all these and read them and make content and make sales funnels based on this. You taking this data, you doing all this, you creating information, and you know what I mean? You're doing all this all day and you're doing it for free. Sorry about that, y'all. We back. So what we're saying is all this work that we're doing for our clients, it's worth the money. And if you're wondering why we're giving all this information for free, it's because you got to really do this work. You know what I mean? And we feel that our approach is so unique. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, it's 3 levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can have the formula, you know what I mean, and where to go to get the information they need to create a top-notch marketing strategy, right? But it's 3 levels to this Bruce Lee philosophy, right? And that's, you read these articles, you watch these videos, you look at the data, you take what's useful, and then you discard what's useless. But what's number 3 is the reason why we don't mind giving this information out for free. Because number 3 is add what is essentially your own. So our own flavor is what you can't copy. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else is going to be able to do what 3 levels of game is about. Because we are 3 levels of game. We already laying out the framework. Recruits become players, players become coaches, coaches become owners. All this is about ownership. You start off with the entrepreneurship. And then you do what you got to do to expand. The expansion is critical. You have one business and then you set up another business. We're creating business systems. And then you link up with other people in your business network to get an empire. We're rooted in the spirituality and the culture to create the economics. This is the 3 levels of game. Can't nobody steal this. And if you're already in tune with it, then it's already all good. So we don't mind giving away this information for free because we feel like can't nobody do it like us. If you feel like somebody else is doing it in a way that's more your style, then that's cool. Because all we need is a few clients. And we'd like to build on that, but we're not going to take a client unless it makes sense on both sides. So with that said, now let's focus more on helping your potential client wrap their head around paying you money, right? So number one, you can give away a lot of stuff for free, which is what we already talking about. If you subscribe to our blog, then you'll get all our information, all our blog and all our information, which is based on all of this. And that we're not going to show you right now because that's our original content. And you know what I mean? You got to get in tune with it with everybody else, right? But when it comes to helping them wrap their head around it, you want to give them free content because you want to help them along the way. That helps them trust you. You know what I'm saying? If the answer to their problem is something that you specialize in, then wherever they're at and whatever they're having a problem with, then you can assist them with whatever problem they're having, and then they will appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So you can give away a lot of that information for free. And as you go to do Yelp review, you go to Yelp reviews, you go to Quora, you go to Yahoo Questions, you know what I mean? Or you look at reviews on Google, you know what I'm saying? And you see what people are complaining about. You see what people are giving praises for or good reviews for, you know what I mean? So you're learning both sides of a marketing strategy from that standpoint. And the reason that that's critical to what we're talking about now is, you know what I'm saying, if you're already creating content that's answering their problems, and the way that you're figuring out what their problems are is you're going to these different sources and you're seeing what they're complaining about. What they're complaining about is their problems. And chances are, if they're in a similar niche or a similar industry, the same people are having different people are having the same problems. You know what I'm saying? And as you keep data and you keep track of all their problems, it's going to get to a point where, okay, this is getting repetitive. I pretty much know what we're dealing with. Let's take this data set and create content based on that. So at the first point, they coming to you and they already understanding or they already appreciative because the content that you created answered their question before you even came into contact with them. You know what I mean? Or that was their first time that they seen you was a video that answered one of their problems. You know what I'm saying? Or for one reason or another, you did something that they appreciated. So after they see you 4, 5, 6, 7 times, whether it be a YouTube video was 1, Facebook post was 2 and 3, you know what I mean? They followed you on Instagram Live was 4. Then after that, they looked at your post was 5 and 6. Now, when you hit them on with a LinkedIn blog, they ready to do something. You know what I mean? So they always say in terms of real conversions, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, to put it differently, you know what I mean, from our perspective, before you can create a real relationship, you got to move from strangers to acquaintances to associates, you know what I mean, to a deeper level of trust, right? And so there's, of course, when you go through the team training, we get in tune with the speed of trust, you know what I mean, Stephen Covey and all of that, how to develop trust, you know what I mean, and the spirituality behind what we already got to add to that. You know what I mean? All of that will be in the mindset training. You know what I mean? So that might be the YouTube video that they watched. And then they seen where you was coming from and what you said might have resonated with them in that video. And now they're ready to have a conversation. $1,000 is a lot, man. Can you tell me more about, you know what I mean, what we're going to get with your money, with our money? Of course. Have you watched this video? And then boom, take a chance. You know what I mean? When you got some time, watch that video. But now that I got you, then woody woody woo. You know what I mean? And you just go in and you have a script for that, or you just speak off the cuff because you know what you're doing, and you just give them the game. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is you want to educate people about what they do and show them that you're able to solve their problems and address what they're dealing with. You know what I mean? And then maybe they can wrap their head around paying you some money. You know what I'm saying? They need to understand that it's your intent to help their business. You know what I mean? I don't want to take $1,000 and have you mad that you paid me $1,000. Then that's not good on your side, and that won't work because that's not good on your side, right? And then if you want me to give you what I got and what I work for, and you know what I mean, and I know how much it's worth, but if you want me to do this for $500, then that's not good for me, and that's not good for us on this side, because now we're giving you our services for less than what it's worth. So that's not a good business deal. You know what I mean? So we know that if $1,000 is our lowest entry point in terms of doing marketing for you and just doing everything, you know what I mean, at a basic level, right? Which includes everything that we talked about. You got to be able to wrap your head around that and meet me at my price point. Meet us at our price point. You understand? So that's what the process is. That's all we're doing when we're creating content constantly. You see what I'm saying? With the email marketing, with the content marketing, with the SEO, with the video marketing, with the social media marketing. We're putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. We're going to give you your queen with a Facebook marketing strategy. We're going to give you the bishop, which is the Instagram marketing strategy. We're going to give you the knight, which is YouTube, the rook, which is LinkedIn, and the pawns, which is your advertising campaigns. And of course, Google is king. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to give you all of these services, and we're going to set up all the pieces on the board and set up everything that you need for you to do your own marketing. So that's what we're doing. That's why it's worth the $1,000 a month, the $2,000 a month, the $3,000 a month. And you can watch the different videos to learn exactly what you get. But this is the framework that we're working with to create some business relationships that make sense. And again, we're not looking to convert everybody. You know what I mean? We don't want to have a client that's going to be calling us all the time and tripping because something didn't happen on their timeline or they didn't like the way, you know what I mean? We're going to give you weekly reports. We're going to give you monthly reports. That's part of our requirements. You know what I'm saying? Internally, if I'm doing it, then I already know it's going to get done. If my partner's doing it, I already know it's going to get done. But if down the line when we have employees, that's going to be the metric that we use in to analyze their performance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need to see that weekly report, you know what I mean, 2 days before it's due. You know what I mean? 2 days before we're going to show it to the client. Let me see your weekly report and let me ask you about what I need to ask you about, or I'll just say, you know what I mean, good job, keep rolling with that. But the weekly report and the monthly report, we're giving you that off the top. But some people won't be satisfied with that. Some people won't be satisfied with the timeline that you lay out because a lot of people are just unhappy with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want them as a client. You know what I mean? It got to make sense on both sides. So we putting it out there honestly. This is what our services cost. This is what we can do for you. This is the content that backs that up. These are the videos that show what we can do so you can understand our level of quality and, you know what I mean, turnaround time or whatever you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to give that to you, or you could just contact us directly and set up a free consultation, and we can look at your business and see what we can figure out. All right? So this is Coach Nick, 3 Levels of Game. This is how we make it make sense. Peace.